Hi guys, and welcome back to a new video. In today's video, I will explain how you can make quite a lot of raw gold very easily in patch 10.1.7 with the new world event called the Dreamsurge. So this is something I just found out from an article that was recently published on WoW, and basically these different Dreamsurge events are weekly events that will spawn in one of the 4 main zones of the Dragon House. And during this event, you will be able to get different type of buff, and every 30 minutes you will be able to get a new buff. So some of these buffs are used to get new abilities, to get different type of things, but there is one in particular that is very interesting, and this buff is called Dreamsurge Magpies. Basically, when this one is up, you will have an increased gold gain from creatures and world quests by 100%. So it means that you will be able to get way more raw gold when completing world quests in the zone. One thing that is important to stress is the fact that actually when you get this buff, you won't only get twice the amount of gold from the world quest. So for instance, here, if I take this one as an example, it's 849. So instead of just having twice this amount, I will actually have 3 times this amount of gold. So it means that you will really get a lot of gold when the buff is active and when there are a couple of world quests that will reward you with some gold in this zone. So for instance, right now, if I take the Zara Cavern as an example, and I'm taking this one because as you can see, unfortunately, in the Azure Span at the moment, there are no world quests rewarding you with some gold, so I cannot really use that as an example. But in the Zara Cavern, we have a lot, and keep in mind, of course, the Dreamsurge cannot happen in the Zara Cavern, but again, it's great to use just to show you exactly how much gold you can make when you have a lot of these different world quests up. So here, as you can see, we have a first one rewarding you with 850 gold. Then we have this one with 847 gold. Then this one with 944 gold. Then this one with 827 gold. Then we have this one with 623. This one with 838. And this one with 623. So in total, if I was able to get this buff and I was able to do all these different world quests, I would get 16,600 gold very easily just by completing all these different world quests. And of course, keep in mind, each time in the different zones, you will get different type of world quests and they always change. So when you've done the different quests on one character, you can wait for them to change and then you can do the new ones that will reward you again with some gold when the buff will be available again. On the WoW article, a couple of people actually shared some pretty great tips in order to make it as efficient as possible. Basically, the first thing you want to do is each week put all your different alts that have access to the Dreamsurge event in the zone that is affected by this event, and like that, when the buff will be up, you will be able very easily to log in on all your different alts and to do all the different world quests and get a lot of raw gold. Also, what you can do is simply with all your different characters, try to advance the different world quests that will reward you with some gold as much as possible, maybe to like 80% if it's, for instance, based on the percentage, or just complete maybe 8 of the 10 activities. And like that, when the Dreamsurge Magpies buff will be up, you can log in on all your different characters and just finish the different quests. And hopefully like that, maybe in 30 minutes, you will be able to get a lot of raw gold on all your different characters. One thing you can also do is simply completing these different activities when the Dreamsurge is up. So for instance, here, as you can see, you will have sometimes some waking dream portals. What you want to do is kill all the different mobs, the lieutenants. And normally when you do that, you will then be able to get the opportunity to vote for the next buff that will be rewarded in the Dreamsurge events. So as you can see, we'll be able to vote, and sometimes you will then be able to select the Magpies one, and like that you can really try to influence when this buff will come back. So depending on the number of world quests at that moment and in this zone that will reward you with some gold, sometimes you can really make a lot of gold. For instance, some people in the comments were saying that in 10 minutes they were able to make more than 10k gold very easily. And so it means that sometimes you might be able to really make tons of gold by doing this technique. So I would really recommend you to try every Wednesday to just check where again the Dreamsurge event is up and put all your different alts there. And when you see that the Dreamsurge Magpies buff is there, then you can try to do as many world quests as possible and get as much raw gold as possible. And keep in mind, of course, that if you are activating War Mode on, you will then be able to get plus 10% when completing some of these world quests, and it means that you will get 10% more gold in total, which is really, really good. So make sure to also have War Mode on turned on. So that's pretty much it for today's video. I really hope it will help you make some gold. A big thank you to the people who made the publication on Wowhead and to the people on Reddit who started to talk about it. I will be back very soon with more guides and more videos. And in the meantime, I wish you all a great start of the week. Bye!